What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Brendan, aka Drip from Team D.D.D, back with another video. In today's video, I have a post-ban list / version 3 of my Cartesia Shaddolls. If you see my other two videos and you know why this is version 3, if you haven't seen those videos, granted, you can watch those videos and hear my explanations. If you want to hear the reason why I think this is the best version to play actual Shaddolls and Invoked Dogmatika, I'm going to try not to repeat myself too much, like what I've said already in the past, because of those videos, for the ones of you who are watching this and have watched the previous videos. But granted, some things I probably will, because it's just me and how I like to be very descriptive. I updated this not just because of the fact that the ban list has come and gone, but also the fact that I took one of your all's advice on playing Shikanaga, which I kind of wanted to anyways, and run Fenrir. And because like if you're watching this and you are the one who said, like, told me to let you know if I run that, shout out to you. Also, I thought about running it before you even commented that. It's just I didn't know how Fenrir would react, like how Fenrir would be in this format. But even though the ban list is come and gone, I don't think the format is going to change that much. I think the format is going to be more open, yes, but I still think it's not. The elephant in the room in Snake Eye Fire King is still going to be a problem. The only thing is we're not going to really have to deal with the rest of, like, the pure Fire King, which, not Fire King, but Snake Eye, in the form of dealing with Warlord Savage or Baron. But this version is the one I've been using here recently, and it's been actually very consistent in the form of producing results and producing, like, consistency. And I know a lot of y'all have been asking for a combo video too. I am going to be doing that. I just didn't want to put out a combo video and some of you all see that I'm running different cards. So I just wanted to run through the profile, and then I will make a video for the combo and put it up also. I'm recording this video, this deck profile, like shortly, like not even 3 days after the ban list. So there's been no events. So the non-engine in the form of Fenrir and stuff like that, and the other ones you'll see, is subject to change depending on how the format goes. This is just what I've been running before the ban list, and this is what I think is still going to be okay and very optimal to run through the duration of the rest of this format. I personally feel until post Legacy of Destruction, because this is also before Legacy of Destruction. But yeah, I'm running 3, 1 terraforming, that, and then 2. The reason why I'm still on the terraforming is because you have to get the Alistair in order to get access to the Cartesia. So that's why we run that. And Droll's kind of still not like main decked right now. If and when that happens, then we'll consider that when it comes around. But like I said, so obviously be on the lookout for version 4 if I decide that I want to do a version 4. But yeah, then for the Shaddolls, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1 Hedgehog, and 1 Falco. The Falco, you know my reasoning on this. This card is one of the most broken Shaddolls in our entire main deck, because it's all of these basically. People sleep on Falco and don't give him the respect that he needs. I am back on Hedgehog. I can't remember if I was on Hedgehog before. But 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 is what I really like in this all gas basically build. The reason why I'm on Hedgehog is because of Shikanaga. It sets Shikanaga up for success, and that's, if we go that route, then it's very nice. And it replaces itself in hand for the Nadir combo, when Nadir is just being a 1-card combo. But yeah, Falco is mandatory. Falco has single-handedly won me games and kept me in games because I just outground my opponent. I'm doing this profile on engines. So 3, 1, and 1. I cut the L. Honestly, only because, like, I was very fortunate and it never happened to me. But I wanted to cut the opportunity. I mean, I wanted to cut the potential of it happening out altogether. And that is drawing it without a Shaddoll. because in theory, our Cartesia is an L Shaddoll fusion because it's a quick effect fusion summon. But I just wanted to minimize the chance of bricking on that card. Even though I really like it and it helps you push for game and dodge targeting effects, I really like that about it. It's just right now I wanted to fit more non-engine, and so I decided to drop it. Moving on to the dogs. One Ecclesia, one Fleur de Lis. Let me move these up here. And then 3 Nadir Servant. I'm still on 3 because it's a 1-card combo. You don't need Maximus. I've explained previously in previous videos why you don't need Maximus. There's a bunch of reasons. It makes you run extra cards in your extra deck, and everybody and their mothers run Garua, and then Branded's still running around. It's not going nowhere. So there's a plethora of reasons, and I explain it in my previous videos. I just don't want to repeat myself, pretty much. The real ones who watch my videos, y'all already heard me say it, so y'all already know. I'm trying to get freaking 3 QCRs, but nobody will come off of them. It's one of the last things I need to fully like max this deck out besides the non-engine. 2 Cartesia, and then 3 Shadows Light. Ironically, one of the reasons why, we're going to talk about this here in a second. Obviously 2 because it's better than Quim. I explained that in the previous video before, why I don't like Quim. If you want to know why I don't like Quim, go watch that video and hear that explanation. But Shadows Light, after I took like a while of like just looking at my deck from like a third person point of view and like what it's trying to accomplish and everything and what it tries to do. Another reason why I don't like running hand traps in this deck is because hand traps are there to help slow the deck down, your opponent down, in order for you to kind of like whether OTK or gain established dominance in the game. As of where, like, when you're running cards like Shadows Light, you can't OTK if you resolve this card, because it makes it to where you basically have to, for the most part, skip your battle phase. So, like, I was like, all right, cool. Instead of running board breakers, I can run cards that are like pseudo board breakers, but cards that help me break boards, if that makes sense. Like, board breakers are like Evenly Matched, Lightning Storm, stuff like that. Yeah, those are, like, serious board breakers. I'm talking about, like, cards that help you just push through boards, basically, like the Fenrir, and then other cards that I'm running into in my deck that you'll see in a second. So like obviously this deck doesn't want to OTK, but you want to push through the board and completely break the board, if that makes sense, and prevent and try to minimize their amount of follow-up, if that makes sense. I'm trying to like make as much sense as I can without it sounding like kind of stupid. So that's another reason why I changed my non-engine in here instead of hand traps. I took the hand traps out, like I took the nibs out, I took all that out, because even though they are blowout cards, definitely nib moving forward with the banning of Baron and Savage. But they can be side decked at worst case scenario, because these are like side out targets regardless. They can be, if not all of them, at least one. Because sometimes normal summoning Cartesia is better than Alistair, which if you play this version of the deck, you'll know when to normal Alistair and you'll know when to normal Cartesia. So, and I changed up the extra deck too to accommodate this card, which we'll talk more about that when we get there as well. Then the non-engine, 3 Fenrir. Shoutouts to my boy teammate Dawson for letting me borrow his, because I sold mine at regionals, because I really think this is going to be in rarity collection too, my personal opinion. And then 3 droplets, and then 2 talents. This is my non-engine, and it's a 41 card list, and this is the rest of my main deck. Droplets was mainly in here for Rogue and for pure Snake Eyes, because being able to turn off like that IP is very, very good, and them ending on either Borreload or Baron. Then Talents was very good at helping us steal cards, because I found room to add Typhon to the extra deck. So whether you're using this to draw, using this to steal, or since this deck can inherently push through a bunch of hand traps regardless, because it's an all-gas version and the Shadows Light package just helps you push. Ripping a card out of your opponent's hand with this is very, very good too. because like it forces it, like it makes them get and hand loops them for 2 basically, because you push through their hand trap and then you rip one. It's very, very good. One thing I really liked about the Kashtira Fenrir is this card like forces so much interaction that's insane. Like against your fire matchup, they have to princess this. This forces out the princess. And if they don't princess this, they're going to have an issue to deal with this card later. They have to deal with this card. And they don't want to have to deal with this card. Also, this being able to attack over or crash into like an Appaloosa that for 2400, because a lot of the like fire decks can only make it for 24 instead of 32. So like you summon this, activate its effect. If they don't princess it because they're stupid, if they negate it, okay, so be it. Chain effect, banish or whatever. Or you could just and then attack over, banish something and then attack over the apple. Go to main phase 2. There you go. This card forces so much, and it works inherently very well with the Shadow's Light and what we're trying to accomplish, since we're not really OTKing. And I already mentioned what the talents provide, and then the Dropless is just very good at helping us dodge targeting effects, even though we still want to keep our Alistair up because of Shadow's Light if we draw it. And turn off random stuff. And Appaloosa, I think, is going to be a problem moving forward, because it's like one of the best like lingering negates that stays on the field. So this handling that is going to be very, very good. But like I said, all this is subject to change in the form of, I think, these 5. I may change these down the road. I don't know, but at the moment I like them too much because they force too much interaction, like an Imperm or the Princess or whatever. But these 5 are potentially subject to change depending on how the format shifts. If it doesn't shift very much, then it's going to remain the same. That's why I told you all at the beginning of the video, make sure you, just in case, be on the lookout for the version 4 of this build. That's it for the main deck. 41. 40 or 41, I can't remember. Moving on to the extra deck. Extra deck, I actually, for my playstyle, I have perfected, and I can't see myself changing something unless like an Invoked card becomes mandatory. But there's just no room, and like I've legit lost sleep trying to fit all the utility that I wanted in this deck, in this extra deck, in the extra deck. At least for the Shadow's Light package. 1 Moon Maiden, 1 Gravity Controller, 1 Little Knight. That's it for the Link monsters. I'll talk more about budget alternatives for this card later on. I know, guys, I know y'all like don't want to buy this card or whatever, but I'm serious. For like the most competitive, you can want to play the Yu-Gi-Oh! That you have to, my personal opinion, at least trade up for it. Just trade a bunch of your stuff away to get one. I don't think it's going to be reprinted anytime soon. It's from a Agov. So, like, just get one. But I'll talk more budget alternatives for the people who just don't want to, I guess. I don't know. Moving on to the Shaddolls. 2 Mommy. You need 2 because of Jesus Christ. Cartesia. You need a fair amount of level 8 or higher fusion monsters in your extra deck to keep going, and the second one always comes up, whether you're looping it or not. The second one always comes up, whether I'm hard making it or I'm sending it off Nadir or I'm sending it off something. It's like it comes up. It really freaking does. And then 2 App Clone. I really, when I say this, I really tried to play this card at 1. Even though you've seen my list, every single Shaddoll list I've ever played in the past, I've never played less than 2 of this ever. I've always either played a 2 or 3, but like, it's not even cope or an uncomfortable situation. It's just, you cannot get away with only running one of this card. This is single-handedly the best card in the extra because it's better than Winda. You need one to send off Nadir or the Greganol, and then you need one to summon. The fact that this cannot be destroyed by battle is a fucking problem. And the fact that this can add anything from grave or deck to hand, unlike the rest of the Shaddolls only add back from grave, is the reason why this is the best card in the entire deck. And to permanently negate something on the field too is absolutely crucial. And then the 1 Winda, and then the 1 Shikanaga. Shikanaga actually puts in work because no one ever sees this card coming. They just don't. They're already shocked that you're playing Shaddolls anyways. But then the second that you like drop a Shik on them, they don't know what to do, and they always have to read the card because they don't know what the hell it does. But yeah, this card is really, really busted. It's very, very good. Definitely playing into a board. Like, and what else is really nice too is this is a level 8 or higher, so you can make this with Cartesia and a Fenrir. So you go like special Fenrir effect, search another copy of itself, either normal or special Cartesia, and then you can use the Cartesia to use a Shaddoll in hand plus the extra of the Fenrir in hand to make this. It's very, very nice. But that's it for the Shaddolls. I want to put these two up at the top because I want to talk about something that's really nifty and really cool. That another reason why I like this card, and how it just ties the extra deck together. But for the Invoked, it's very, very tiny. One Makaba, that's all you need. Makaba, I think, is going to put in a lot of work this format because it's one of the last remaining Omni Negates that we can utilize in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, at least. And then one Agoides from OTK. One Kaliga because people still don't know / respect Kaliga. This is it from my Invoked list, my Invoked version rather. That's all you really need. I've never needed more. Purgatrio. I cut the Purg because like you're facing definitely now post banlist. You're gonna be facing down against fire. You're gonna be facing down a Princess and a Garunix in graveyard, and obviously the Princess is the better option because banishing the Princess forces them to have the Kieran in hand to proc the rest of their board, like with their Amblowell and stuff, or their if they don't end with Amblowell, then the whatever the hell his name is that specials 2 level 1s back. I can't think right now. But I didn't want the Garunix and the Princess is still a problem, and I didn't want to just be in a situation where I'm forced to choose one. I would just rather play through their entire board and have better utility in the extra deck and just use Ariel to banish them all. Because once I get Meltdown live, I don't give a shit. You're not going to Princess me and you're not going to Kieran because you're just going to sit back and watch me banish your entire field and turn your stuff off with Shaddoll Fusion. So, yeah. And I honestly never really found myself making Purg. Another reason why we don't play Purg is because Purg is for OTKs and Shadows of Light says no OTK. That's another reason. And then one Gregonal. This card is just absolutely busted. It's 4th copy of Nadir Servant, and it summons Lulu Walleth. Then one Typhon. Typhon is very, very good because it just helps us break boards, what's initially what this deck likes to do anyways. Like I said previously, I pushed through a board through like 4 negates and a single hand trap and was able to just make a half-ass board and then make this and bounce something and just completely push through everything. It was very nasty. And then the one Lulu Walleth. Lulu Walleth is very, very good. It helps keep your cards cycle and it keeps them in rotation. Very, very good. I love the card so much and what she provides for us. Another reason why I was wanting to talk about them is for this very reason right here that we're about to talk about. These two and then these two can hard synchro summon her if you need to. And you're trying to get something out of graveyard like a Shaddoll Fusion or a Shaddoll Spell or Trap, anything. Because this and this make 12, this and this make 12, and this is a tuner. So, and you can hard synchro this. This literally ties the entire deck together. It's just more of another reason why I said this extra deck is absolutely perfect. And I really like this version 3 of the deck with the Fenrir and everything else. Because it just pushes through so much. And I love it so much for that. And like, it just makes me overall very happy because I love this deck. And I love I've loved this deck for a long time. And I just, both engines, all 3 engines. And it's just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just really, really love it. And I really love how these tie together where if I need to hard summon this, I can. Because there's some scenarios to where I like to hard summon this. Because you could just hard summon this and then summon something off of Shaddoll Fusion after you hard summon this. Or with Schism and then use her effect to turn something off and then buff everything by 500. And she can also indirectly help you push for games too. Because she's a permanent buff. And it doesn't matter if a monster leaves your extra deck or their extra deck. It can target something and turn it off, which is very, very nice, and negate it. So sometimes hard summoning this is very, very nice too. So that's what I wanted to talk about with that. That's basically it for the deck. There's no side deck because the half my side deck is illegal. Hashtag summon limit and anti-spell. So I will probably go in the comment section later after this video is made and uploaded and post my side deck that I'm running for the new format currently, early stages on. Or I'll talk about it in the combo video, which I don't think so, because I think I'm actually going to record the combo video right after this. But again, guys, that's it for the deck. I love every single card in the extra deck. It all puts in work. But for, oh shoot, almost forgot. Budget alternative. Budget alternative for SP Little Knight. Shoot. You can, honestly, if you wanted to run like a 42 card list, you can make it Mud Dragon. Or you can make it Mud Dragon and run Super Poly on the side. I don't like Super Poly. It's bad against every deck right now. It's bad against Fire. It's bad against Voiceless. Because Voiceless, once you Super Poly their stuff away, they just banish the spell card from the graveyard, summon another Skull, whatever his name is, the Ritual, and then low and effect on graveyard triggers to summon back, and then they get access to the trap. So indirectly, you Super Poly in them, allowed them to go +2, +3. So it's not good. And branded, it's niche. Against everything else, it's just niche. It's bad against cash. It's just bad. But there is no alternative, I think, for Typhon. The card's just too fucking good. If you're just stubborn and don't want to buy Typhon either, because even though it's very cheap for the most part, it's like $15, $20 USD. I get it. I do, because the Yu-Gi-Oh! Is dumb and expensive. If you want to cut that and the SP Little Knight and run Super Poly, then I would. That's what I would do, and just run Super Poly on the side. I would not main deck it. Super Poly is not good, like I said. But other than that, I would preferably y'all to test this version out and see how you like it with the SP Little Knight and Typhon, because like I do, and it's just busted. Other than that, please like, comment, subscribe, check the comments, Jesus. Check the description for all the ways to support me, Patreon, Discord, and all that, like down there and below. Merch store, everything as well. TCG affiliate link, buy your juicy cards with giving me a little kickback without charging you any extra. And be on the lookout for future content, whether it's a new version of this, the combo video, or just other profiles updated for since the ban list, post ban list. But I love you guys so much. It's your boy Brendan, aka Drip from Team D. Signing out. Till next time. Peace. Good dueling, my guys.